You are now entering the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.
Congratulations! Hi, my name is Mark, and your side quest is over. That's right, your mission has been completed. You found this podcast. Whether you rolled that D20 or you did that whole up, up, down, down, left, right, select, start, whatever combination Konami code that was. I can't remember. I'm old. Leave me alone. Anyway, you're probably listening to this on a mobile device. iOS, Android, Windows. But did you also know that you can find this show along with so many others like it? Although admittedly there are no shows quite like this one. Believe me, I know. I've looked. But you can always find the latest episode of this show at Tangibound Network. Go to tangiboundnetwork.com, look it up, check it out, listen from the site. It's even mobile friendly. How awesome is that? Go check it out, tangiboundnetwork.com.
It's about comic books and movies. Growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that sucked. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote
All
scripts.
right here is no mystery, cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 85. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Blake.
And Doug, number one fan, is back in the studio again.
Hooray.
Last time.
Forever?
Possibly.
Okay.
The bad part is, Nate, the guard at your
Yes, the security
to
guard.
get into your subdivision,
Yeah.
finally knows me, and now I won't be coming back.
Yes, it's true. That's true. At the gates.
Yeah.
At the gates. Still, Doctor Number One still sneaks in. I don't know how he does that.
We're out of Pez. That's why you're not coming back.
Well, I think we have a couple Pez left.
Yeah.
There you go. There's
There it
one.
is. Give it to me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got so left. So he's back, and that's about it. I have a cold and sore throat, so we'll see how I go tonight.
Don't breathe on me.
I'm trying not to, and I can barely hear.
We're sharing
so
a microphone. That's not good.
That's not all we're sharing later, baby.
I want to go back here.
Hello.
Hello. Do the podcast from back here.
Can you hear him? Okay, moving on. Anything going on, anybody?
Let's see, since last time we met, nothing new.
Okay. Blake, any stories?
Yeah, I've lost faith in all humanity.
So do you have a
I
story?
mean, I lost faith in all humanity when I was in Afghanistan, but
Do you have a story?
no.
Oh, but we have a segment for you.
The guy that does Batman's dead.
Well, okay, we can talk about that now. Well, hold on, I think we have theme music for Blake.
Oh, let's get that
Oh,
going.
sweet.
Story time. Story time. Story time with Blake. This story may not make any sense, but he'll tell it to us anyway. So sit back and relax. For story time with Blake.
That song is courtesy of Mr. Chris Bednar, musician to the Hillby Studios. He gave us our theme song, and he's now going to have a best of CD, I think, with Hobie. And Heno's supposedly working on the draft day theme.
Awesome.
So, but yes, that's going to be Chris Bednar, and you can actually talk over the guitar riff now. So story time,
Awesome.
go ahead. With that intro, you need to talk.
I wish I had a story ready.
Oh. Well, that was the story. We can talk about the Batman guy. That was in our News of the Geek. Lenny Robinson, the Good Samaritan who visited the hospitals in, dressed as Batman. He was in Boston, wasn't he?
Maryland.
Maryland.
Yeah,
Maryland.
Maryland.
That place needs all the joy it can get.
Oh, man.
I've been to Baltimore. Let's see. He died Sunday after a car hit his custom Batmobile on a Maryland interstate. His Lamborghini that was custom designed like a Batmobile.
Yeah.
He got out, opened the hood, and he went to look, see what was wrong, and somebody hit the back of his car and pushed it into him and killed him.
They actually released the details of the accident.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because originally, when it first came out, it was reported that his car it was broken down or stalled on the side of the highway, and he had gotten out to see what the problem was, and he was hit. But he didn't say he hit his car and ran over him and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was just like somebody swerved out of the lane and hit him, like literally.
No, they hit the back of his car. A Toyota Camry struck his car.
Yeah, that sucks.
He became a household name in 2012 after police dash cam footage captured him getting out of his Batmobile in full costume during a traffic stop on Route 29.
I don't mean to belittle anything he did, but really, was it a household name?
He was pretty common.
Okay.
He visited all the hospitals, and basically on his own time and on his own dime, he bought paraphernalia and bat stuff for kids, and basically pretended to be Batman in children's hospitals and gave all the kids souvenirs.
He said he never wanted the story to be about him or his gadgets. It was about coming here for the kids, he said. One of the doctors, Dr. Joseph Wiley, said in 2012, some of the kids recognize that this is not Batman, but in their head it is, and that is a great thing for them. So he actually he began volunteering full-time in 2007. After selling his industrial cleaning business he started in high school. The business, which cleaned office buildings, churches, and synagogues, was fulfilling, but being Batman and cheering up sick children was his calling. And he said that he probably spent tens of thousands of dollars buying stuff and getting the bat suit and gadgets and that. So,
well, being Batman is probably very fulfilling to people.
So good for him, though. He became a millionaire, who knows how much more, and spent his life doing it. I think he was 51.
Oh, he's only that young. Oh.
Yeah.
Did you see the documentary, was it Legends of the Night, where it's how Batman is in all of us, and I think they had a whole segment on him.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. Yeah, where he said, he had his business, and it was, you know what, I'm going to quit and do this. That's what he did.
If you could just do it, do it.
Yeah.
So he said, remember, at the end of the day, ask yourself, did I make a difference? And the answer had better be yes. So moment of silence for him. Okay. So Prolov cheer to Maryland, and
Although I should start doing that.
What's
Calling
that?
myself self.
Oh, I thought you were going to say help out people.
No, screw that.
Dressed as Batman.
Heck with that.
We saw somebody like, in Jeff's size, Batman at
He
Gen
was
Con.
scarier than me.
You know what? He was creepier.
Yes,
I would not
creepy
recommend Jeff doing that. So, no offense, Jeff.
Why should I be offended?
Where does he get those wonderful toys?
Instead of talking about self, maybe you just start referring to yourself in third person all the
No,
time.
I hate when people do that.
Jason doesn't mind.
Jason's a tool.
Well, Jason thinks Jeff's a tool.
Hold on, that was third person. Then yours was second person. Then yours is back to third person.
Yes.
No,
Blake,
mine was third person.
You're third person.
What does Blake think?
You were second person.
The
First
second person is when you use you. And I said Jason.
Yeah, third
So-
person.
Yes,
But not about yourself.
No, because I don't refer to
Who's on
myself in
first?
third person.
What?
Who's on second?
I
What's
don't
on
know.
second? Okay.
Huh?
Okay, moving on. Little thing I found a little interesting. We were talking about He-Man and his awful toys.
He-Man.
Yes.
He had a war whale last week.
War whale. Is that a whale with a big horn on its head?
I did have.
No, that's a narwhal.
That's a
That's a narwhal, sorry.
It was dressed in battle. I went online last week after the show, and I found out he also.
Dressed in battle. A whale with armor?
Yeah, that's what
It
a
doesn't
war
sink
whale
to the
is.
bottom of the ocean?
Well, no. For all those ocean battles that He-Man had. He did also have a bashing beetle.
Bashing beetle.
It was a giant beetle. Kind of looked like the beetle from Bug's Life. So
You know, I always thought He-Man was for those of simple minds.
I had He-Man.
Exactly.
Okay, just checking.
That's what Blake says.
Well, I did make a call out to Michael at Dynamite Entertainment and
Danger Entertainment.
Danger Entertainment. Sorry.
Danger Entertainment.
And whatever. And also at Who the What Now. And I asked him, he's a He-Man fan. I want him to defend the horrible names and skill set of the He-Man
Exactly,
characters.
because it was made for people with simple minds.
Don't insult Michael.
That's right. If the guy had a big head, you called him Big Head. Big Head.
If he had a big fist, you called him
Mr.
Fisto.
And if he stunk,
Stinko.
Stinkhor?
Oh, Stinko.
Whatever.
I said Stinko.
Well, I bet if he had a long neck.
Blake said Stinko.
Neck. It was handy. We're trying to figure that out. It was handy.
No, that was Big Hand.
Oh. Fisting? What?
No.
I'm curious though. We haven't heard back after our opening salvos on our whale war with Graphic Novice. Have we?
Yeah, we started Whale Wars with Graphic Novice and we haven't heard anything. I think we took the first battle.
I think we won.
Our bashing beetle took him down. Took down his moose.
Yeah, take that, Moose.
Yeah.
Moosehead.
He did give us a top 5 tonight, Animal Sidekicks, and I said that the moose from Due South, the TV show, was disqualified, so he did not
What
put
about
it
the
on.
one from Northern Exposure? Was that
Oh,
allowed?
I didn't think about that one. That's good.
Then we'll have to see what his top 5 is.
Northern Exposure was Alaska, though. Not
That's
Canada.
true.
Yeah, see?
Well, Due South, they were in Canada either. He was just from Canada.
Yeah, that was the most stereotypical show with the Mounties.
Yeah, but can you really stereotype Mounties? I
No.
mean, they all are that way, aren't they?
That's true. According to Michael Moore, they don't need guns because you can just walk into somebody's house up in Canada.
Isn't that why you need guns?
No, it's all friendly. Canada's well, according to Nickel, we're like the Wild Wild West down here. We just go into a Kroger's or a grocery store and shoot each other for like a can of corn.
A 4-year-old girl was just shot a couple weeks ago. He may have a point.
For a can of corn?
No, I think it was
That
just
was
random. So.
Cream corn.
Oh well, that's a way to bring it down.
Yeah,
Thanks.
how's that?
Oh, thanks. Jeez.
You know, actually, the depiction of the Wild Wild West in the movies is like a lot worse than it really. I mean, there weren't a whole lot of violent shootings as they are depicted in the movies.
And the OK Corral gunfight at the OK Corral was actually more accurate in Tombstone than in the movie. The gunfight at the OK Corral. The gunfight at the OK Corral movie was 45 minutes long.
For the gunfight?
Yes.
Not the 2 minute...
If that,
90 seconds
Yes.
worth of shooting.
So there was a lot more people hiding than actually shooting at each other. So
That makes sense.
we're on nerdly.co.uk.
What's that?
They're a website that does movie reviews. They're actually doing a lot of reviews this week because they're at a convention in England this week.
All right.
So take a look at them. And
Wait a minute. A British website is at a convention in England?
yes,
What a concept.
it is a concept. And then they also have those chaps over at 365 Flicks Podcast, which we may be going into a whale war with. I'm not sure yet.
Ooh. Whale
So-
War with 365 too?
Maybe.
Oh, this would be a tri-whale war?
Yes.
I don't know. We're going to lose because they have accents and they're cool.
I have an accent. I don't
He's
know how
got
many.
about 2 accents.
I don't know how many impressions I'm going to be able to do tonight with my throat being
I'm talking about
sore.
cool accents. I'm not talking about West Cincinnati.
Some people see I can't do it. I can't even do it. I can't do Alfred tonight. It's just rough. We do have a gift card, $25 iTunes, courtesy of Doug, #1 fan. If you give us a review on iTunes and send us a tweet that you did, you will be entered into a drawing. So we've had 2 so far.
Or if you don't do the Twitters, you can get a hold of us on Facebook or email us at thehistoryofbadideas.com.
Yes. So get out there and please do a review. And last thing, go on podcastland.com and vote for us this month. Vote, 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 people. We need your votes so we can win. We were in first place. So let's see. Let's keep it
see
up.
how we go.
First place after 4 votes.
For a podcast month. No, we got more than that.
I think it took 6 votes for us to get to first place.
Actually, I think we have more votes on that than we have reviews. So let's do both, people.
All right. So we're on
$25
Nerdly.
gift card.
So we're on nerdly.co.uk.
Yes. So
What other websites are we on?
musingsofageek.com.
Yeah.
tangentboundnetwork.com.
Yeah.
wicketradionnetwork.com with
Yeah.
the boys over at Snake Oil.
Yeah. Keep it coming.
Geek Life Radio, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central on Fridays.
Don't ask us to translate that into your local time.
No. Look at that. I've been on fire.
You
I
are
got
on
them
fire.
all. We got
But
anything
no,
else?
You missed dangerentertainment.net.
And I wasn't done. DangerEntertainment.net. Hey! Robin Thicke did the theme song.
Was there anything else? Well, you missed this. Well, I wasn't done.
I wasn't done. And I think we're on, yeah, that's about it. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
If we missed you, write us a nasty note.
Yes, we'll go back to it.
And let us know that you actually put our show up there.
Yes.
Or you can always just download us from iTunes or Stitcher.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, listener feedback. Blake, take it away.
All right. Here we go. Oh, it's from number one fan Doug, who's here to read his own shit.
Wow! Can't give yourself a nickname.
Okay, we'll go off script here real quick.
Oh, hey!
Whoa! I gotta hold on to the table.
Norm
That's not a
McDonald.
table.
Oh,
Norm McDonald's replacing Daryl Hammond as Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
Why? What's going on?
Better question.
Daryl Hammond wasn't good. So
Did
they
anybody
said-
notice Daryl Hammond was the Colonel?
I did. I thought it looked familiar. I thought it was Daryl Hammond, but I didn't know that was Norm as in the new commercial.
I haven't seen the new one.
I've seen it and I said,
only-
hey, that's not the Daryl Hammond looking Colonel.
I knew it was Daryl Hammond because the first time I heard about it was on the news where they were reporting Daryl Hammond was doing it. And then the first time I heard about Norm McDonald was on the news when they reported Norm McDonald was replacing him.
I
So
tried
I
to
knew
avoid.
it before I even saw the commercials.
I try to avoid the KFC food and the commercials. So it's kind of like Arby's to Jon Stewart on the Daily Show. No.
Oh, Arby's.
Funny you should mention that. That's my another off script thing.
Well, hold on. I think they're gonna do a Colonel Sanders KFC Saturday Night Live kind of skit thing. You think they're gonna both end up in the same commercial together next?
Ooh.
What if they keep moving from SNL actors?
I think that's what they're going to do.
Think
I
they're
mean,
gonna
Dennis
do?
Miller will probably be next.
Phil Hartman. Oh. Moment of silence. Phil. Who else can we get
Colin
in there?
Quinn.
He's too angry. Chevy Chase, because he's a gem to work
Chevy
with.
Chase could probably do it.
He could.
Kristen Wiig, because you want that female perspective of Colonel Sanders.
Ah, yes.
I'm
yes.
funny. I got small little hands. I got small hands. Shut it.
I thought it'd be the big chick that pooped in the sink.
She's
What's
not a
her name?
staff member.
She
of Saturday
wasn't
Night.
on Saturday Night Live. We're on
Oh.
Saturday Night Live. So
Well,
Rachel
she was in
Dratch.
Bridesmaids.
Well,
She
yeah.
was.
Not everybody that's in Bridesmaids was on Saturday Night Live. More people were.
Yes,
in
she
the
was. She was in skits. She was the evil women's basketball coach.
Well, yeah, but
She was the host
ghost.
of Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
once.
this is right. She only
More people from Saturday Night Live were in the new Ghostbusters movie than Bridesmaids.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
And Melissa McCarthy's in both.
oh joy.
Oh, that's her name.
That is her name.
Other than, I mean, how many people she go in public? People are like, yeah, that's the girl that pooped in the sink in Bridesmaids.
So,
Well, it's like Jason Biggs being known as the pie fucker.
I'm
the pie fucker.
Or how many people call her Jenny McCarthy?
no one.
No one.
I bet it's happened.
Although I think they are related.
Melissa McCarthy, I think, I don't have proof, but I think she believes in science. So it's okay.
But I think Melissa and Jenny are cousins.
Really?
Serious, not no.
Are you
kidding.
serial?
Yeah, I am super serial.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
He is Sirio
Oh.
in the world of He-Man.
Okay. Speaking of Melissa McCarthy, not to keep going back with the 365 guys, Chris was drunk the other night and on his podcast, or a couple.
Oh, wait,
weeks
hold
ago-
on. He was pissed.
Yes. Is that what it means?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Pissed
if you're
in
in the
British
UK,
is
you're
drunk.
pissed. If you're
Oh.
drunk, you're drunk here.
Oh.
But if you're pissed here, it means you're mad.
Well, he said he was pissed.
Yes.
And he put on Tammy, the Melissa McCarthy movie.
Oh,
Hey,
think it was-
I don't want to hear
or no,
about
Identity
his
Theft. Identity Theft.
self-pleasing
identity theft.
things.
Oh, okay.
Well, it was with Jason Bateman.
Oh.
Identity Theft. He said even drunk, he got through 15 minutes, and that was it. I think that's about 15 minutes too much.
That was about 14 minutes too.
Oh, looks it funny. And I like Melissa
He had a
McCarthy,
night with
but
his Mr. Fisto.
oh. Anyways, Doug, next.
Okay, not that we want to get.
Oh yeah, hey Doug,
We're
sorry,
totally
we're
against
running
politics
feedback.
here.
Totally against
But people bash on Fox News saying, "Oh, that's not news." I get my news from Jon Stewart, a comedy show, which is fine. What are these people saying now when I find out he's hosting SummerSlam?
Don't mock SummerSlam.
If Bill O'Reilly was hosting Sold Out or Great American Band
From
or even
WCW.
WrestleMania.
you know,
Glow,
people
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
People would be all over that saying,
Or Soul
how can
Train.
you call yourself a journalist? And, people always said, oh, I get all my news from Jon Stewart.
Oh,
Well,
first
you don't
off,
anymore because Jon Stewart's retired from
Thank
news.
God.
I like Jon Stewart. But,
I got so tired of hearing all the
well, that's the thing.
tributes to him as
Correct.
Letterman.
Oh, God, yeah. Nobody really did a tribute to Leno. He's gone. That's fine. Well, first off, Bill
Don't let the door
O'Reilly,
hit you
I
on
have
the
an
way
issue
out.
saying that he's a journalist.
No, he's not.
Okay, none of those guys.
Commentator.
None of those guys are journalists, and not just on Fox. I'm talking any of those shows.
Yes.
Jon Stewart's a comedian, so I think that's why he doesn't get picked on as much.
But people always said, oh, that's where I get my
Political.
news from.
Well,
Well, look at our society today. There you go. Boom. Jon Stewart is your major source of news from a comedy show, and somebody runs over Batman. All right?
Do we need to play story time again? Does that make you feel better?
And everybody finds it funny when the big fat lady poops in the sink. I mean, that's where our society's gone, folks.
First off,
And Donald Trump's leading polls, for Christ's sake.
oh no, he's blowing people away.
That's what's wrong with this country. Everything.
And every time he keeps making a more insensitive comment, his poll numbers go up.
Because the whatever percent of people love him for it.
It's opposite day.
Now that's not a big enough percent of people that he'll ever get elected.
No, hey, let's go back to number one fan Ducks.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to talk about politics. It'll depress me.
But Trump's not politics.
Yeah, that's right. It's entertainment.
You're fired.
I'm building a wall. I'm building a wall in Mexico. Who's going to build it? The Mexicans. I don't think that's how it works, Trump.
I'll skip over my whole Hillary Clinton email thing then. We'll just
Okay. It's coming in Cincinnati.
Yeah, don't get me started.
It's coming in Cincinnati.
Oh my god.
Excited.
Okay.
So what
I
happens when
actually
the
got to
Democratic
shake her
front
hand
runner
once.
ends up in jail?
Does it matter? What? To quote,
Actually, it makes her more qualified, right?
let's just say this: we're drafting South Park here, and to quote South Park, you're either voting for a douchebag,
Giant douche or a turd sandwich.
There you go.
That's right.
It doesn't matter. Okay, moving on. That's the
Okay,
politics.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent there. The actor who played Warpath on Days of Future Past
Okay.
played Jafar's son in Disney Channel's The Descendants. Mm-hmm. Is this an improvement?
Do I know what the Disney Channel's Descendants is?
It was like kids of the villains. They're all on an island. They captured all the villains, put them on an island. So they took these 4 kids and said, you know what, they're not bad. So they brought them back to the mainland.
So
It really wasn't a good show.
it sounds terrible.
It's going to
Well,
be a TV show, like
I'm
ongoing,
sorry,
right?
most
Cartoon, I
of
think.
Okay.
most of the Disney original series are bad.
I saw a preview for The Lion King, the new one. That's going to be a TV series.
Well,
it actually looks pretty good. Like the animation is very well done. Pretty excited.
I don't know.
Well,
I just
kids are excited.
I mean, hell, when Disney is the one who's given Britney Spears her big break, and every live action show they've done since then, Hannah Montana, that's all crap.
Don't you make fun of Miley.
It's all crap.
Nickelodeon gave Ariana Grande her start, so let's be
yeah.
fair here.
Oh, Nickelodeon's hurting me because I mean, they were the ones who showed us you can't do that on television.
Nickelodeon also gave Amanda Bynes her start too.
So
I
you
like Amanda Bynes.
I did like her.
So basically,
That's
it
your
So she went.
nuts.
started
cuckoo
off a lot of hot, crazy chicks.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's cocoa nuts. Woo, I'm too good for them.
Cocoa nuts?
Cocoa nuts.
Hey,
Cocoa Puffs?
No cocoa nuts.
Oh, okay.
Do they still slime people on Nickelodeon?
Oh, I thought you meant Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
I think
on the Kids' Choice Awards. Oh, they just had the Kids' Choice Awards, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, that was Teen Choice Awards.
Or Teen Choice.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, now,
Screw
I remember
Teen
when I was in
Choice.
high school and college, and I kind of had a thing for that little brunette girl from You Can't Do That on Television. We should look her
Moose?
up and find out where she's at now.
Was
Moose?
cable invented by
Is
the
that
time you
right?
were in high school?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For those that didn't grow up with
have it.
For us, we
For those who didn't have TV.
Our cable was Channel 19.
Yes. For us, cable didn't come on to effect until like 1999. So
I'd like to see where they're at now. All the kids that were on You Can't Do That on Television.
I don't think you want to.
We'll have to look that up. Well, Alanis Morissette is recording music now.
What?
Dave Coulier screwed her up. Cut it out. Okay, next. Yes, it's I don't know if that's a.
So no, it is not an improvement.
Did Warpath
Okay.
die in Days of Future Past?
Well, everyone lived
I
at
think
the
he
end
did,
because
yeah.
Oh,
everyone
God.
died until they reversed and changed the past. So.
Okay.
So would you rather be a minor star on a big movie or a big star on a TV movie?
Minor star in a big movie.
Yeah, the franchise is bigger. Think so.
Now.
Now,
For
that's true.
You never
I don't know. Is it bigger than what would you say? Aladdin? Ooh, that's a big franchise.
No.
Okay.
Can I be animated?
Yes. You are animated.
Awesome.
I like the next question.
Pez Candy will be the focus in a new animated film. Thoughts?
Are they what? Legos were big, so they think Pez is the shape of a Lego, so we'll make a movie
when
out
they
of Pez.
when they talk, where their big heads crink all the way back.
That's not,
Oh!
that's not going to scare the kids.
Oh my God!
That'd be awesome. Stop motion animation of
Oh!
the Pez guy.
That's the only way they could do it, or at least computer animation that looks like it's stop motion.
Just make them like real like humans, and then their neck backs up or neck flips open. That's going to be.
And people start eating from it.
I like it. That's a good horror movie. Get a plotline going
This is
here.
a horror movie.
Yes.
Eating out of their neck.
Pez as a horror movie. I like that. What's next?
Send it in.
Yes. No, what's next, Blake?
All right, Amy Babs says, I just watched the Star Wars movies, and Boba Fett is not very impressive. What's the deal? He gets eaten by the offspring of a desert octopus in a Venus flytrap.
Well, that's an interesting way of putting it.
That's kind of imaginative, yes.
Yeah, she's right. He is not very impressive.
He was
is
a
one
big
of the,
disappointment.
He is one of the worst people at his job in the history of the cinema.
What?
I mean, he's a bounty hunter, and he has to run to his buddy Darth Vader to catch the guy he's after to begin with.
See, what I think it was is that he had a really cool outfit, and he showed up in Empire Strikes Back for, 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And he just walks
He's
out.
no good to me, Dad.
And then everybody's like, hey, that's awesome. That guy looks pretty cool. And then his Star Wars figure came out, and it shot the little missile off the back until they recalled it because it was a choking hazard.
Stupid kids choking.
And
on
then people
missiles.
said he was going to be in Return of the Jedi, and everyone's like, oh, this is going to be so cool. And you're right, he's like dead within the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even do anything.
He gets killed stupidly. His jetpack accidentally gets hit, which sets him flying off into the side of the barge, and he falls into the Sarlacc
Actually, it's
pit.
kind of funny. He does fly out the side of the
Yeah.
barge, bam, then falls into the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, he is pretty pathetic.
And
the
then-
movies do not do justice to Boba Fett.
And then you focus on his dad in the 1, 2, and 3. Jango Fett.
Yeah, he got his head chopped off pretty simply.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. Little Boba. And you're like, okay, that's kind of stupid.
Okay, now I can't remember what's canon and what's not, but he died in the movie. He allegedly died in the movie.
He fell into the
Return of the
Sarlacc
Jedi.
pit.
Comic books,
Probably going to be
I believe
digested for 1,000 years or something
In the
like that.
comic books, I remember him escaping.
He crawled out.
So were the comic books still canon? So is he alive?
They are not necessarily canon anymore. When Disney bought them, they said the only thing canon was going to be the
Clone
movies and the Clone Wars, I
Yeah.
think. But none of the comic
So
books
for
or
episode 7,
other
he could be
books.
dead already.
He could be dead in episode 7. But that doesn't mean the stuff that happened in the comics didn't happen.
Okay,
You
okay.
just can't assume that it is.
Supposedly, somebody else is going to pick up the mantle of the helmet of Boba Fett. It's not the same one.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like somebody picks up the helmet of the Hound and carries on robbing the countryside and Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Disney has
Oh,
no
okay.
clue what you're talking about.
I was thinking the same thing. So I saw something on Facebook about you talking to the 40 going on 14 guys. Brigger doesn't let me talk Dungeons and Dragons
That's
on
right.
our show.
He doesn't let me do anything.
Yeah, sorry. We even got your own theme music for story time.
Apparently, story time will be Blake now talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, I got a story, guys. All about this week. No, Dungeons and Dragons.
No, when I killed Jeff's character off.
Is there a main character in Dungeons and Dragons? Because they talked about making a movie.
No, there really isn't.
So it's just, it could be anything.
It could be anything.
The main,
Marlon Wayans.
the main
Marlon
character is you, Doug.
Oh, wow.
You are the main
That's a lot of
character.
pressure on me.
It is.
So is it all first person? The movie?
No, that would be pretty cool.
Oh my god, that would be so great to do a movie strictly in first person.
No, it
No,
wouldn't.
it would be
I'm
with the
gonna make
characters
that. Yes.
acting out the movie, but it being the sounds over the people playing the characters talking to one another and playing the game that way.
No.
They're like doing the voiceovers, but the actual movies, the characters doing what's in the game, and the players talking about the whole thing the whole time. I think that'd be great.
I got a ruby on my 20-sided die. Ho, ho, ho. I got a ruby. Isn't that something?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not saying that
I got a ruby.
I'm not saying I talk bullshit because when I don't know something, but I'm just going to say this.
On He-Man, you're bullshitto.
So I rolled a 7. That means Stinkor can move to Marlon Wayans' spot and attack, right?
Yes, that
Does
is
that mean
correct.
okay? I saw Dungeons and Dragons with Marlon Wayans. I know what happened.
Yeah, and if that's your
And then
your
the-
best recollection of what Dungeons and Dragons mean, you're pretty far off.
And well, I saw in the Name of the King. I think that's pretty close to
I
Dungeons
think
and
In the
Dragons.
Name of the King is closer than the Dungeons and Dragons
Okay,
movie,
okay. So
but
can
it's
I
still
be-
not good.
Can I be farmer?
You can be farmer.
Okay, I just want a farm. So it would be
it.
like Farmville. In Dungeons and Dragons.
If that's how you want to do it, you can do that.
That sounds exciting. I'll be
you
there
said
next
I want
Friday.
to plant my crops. You know, and I'm going to spend 4 hours, sowing the ground. Yeah, you can do that.
You can do
want.
that.
Sounds
Sure.
really exciting.
I'll roll for your random weather,
Okay.
whether you get enough rain for that day or not.
Is that a 36-sided die? What is that?
Well, that's a percentile.
Okay, good.
That's two
And then
10-sided dice.
every 6 hours, I can roll for a random animal encounter, whether or not they eat your lettuce.
Oh, a warthog came
Yeah,
in.
that's right.
What
Yeah,
would you like
did
to-
you put up a
Well,
scarecrow?
hold on. You don't know if it's a warthog. It'd have to be on the monster table 1 through 6. I'd have to roll the warthog.
You guys are really making me want to come to your Dungeons and Dragons night.
You're
I'm
no longer
excited.
invited.
Oh. You don't have to be mean.
Yes, I do.
I was just trying to be into it. Jeez, I made an effort.
That's all
That
right.
was your effort.
Well,
That's about as much effort as I make into life. Come on.
There you go.
I didn't roll over and die. Come on.
Pretty much.
Well,
So, Amy, thanks for your Dungeons and Dragons question.
yes.
Oh, she has a follow-up, though. It says, I need you to talk about how Man from U.N.C.L.E. is a cool spy movie because I want it to have a sequel, so more people need to go see it.
Did not do good.
Man from U.N.C.L.E. is a cool spy movie. I think more people need to go see it so they can make a sequel.
Did you see it?
No, but Amy asked me to say that.
Okay.
All right, there you go, folks.
They said the studio had no idea how to market it. You've been making this movie for 2 years, and it was in pre-production longer than that.
If they don't know how to market it, that means they don't know what they've got.
Exactly.
It's a dud.
Yeah.
They said they didn't want to they didn't want to market it as an action movie because
Because there's not enough action for an action movie.
no, they
but
said it
didn't
would
want-
take away from the core older crowd that really still remember the original show.
Oh, kind of like how
It's like,
Mission
no.
Impossible didn't advertise that as an action movie.
No.
Since the original show wasn't really an action movie.
Now, Mission Impossible is a sleuth whodunit movie.
But there was a lot of action, and that's pretty much what it was advertised as.
Yes, I'm intrigued by it, but obviously
What
I've
were
not
they
seen it.
expecting out of it?
I think they said 17 to 20. It was originally 25. Then it went down to 17 to 20. I think it did 13.
We'll find out when we get to the
find out
box
when we
office
get- yes.
news.
Would it have been better to wait till after Batman vs Superman comes out so you can say, "Hey, we got Superman in this movie"?
Oh, was he? Oh, yeah, he was in
And
it.
Bill's in it.
Well, I think it did sit on the shelf for a while, too.
I mean, right now all they can say is we have the Lone Ranger in the movie.
Oh, everybody loves Hammer.
That's who it is. It's Armie Hammer and Cavell.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that sounds like a great movie. Everyone should go see it.
Yes.
You're welcome, Amy.
And the actress looks really attractive in it.
Both of them.
Actress? I mean, that's her name.
And
Actress.
Henry Cavell. I mean, his abs. Cavell abs. Okay, moving on.
Yes. Oh, so this one's from El Heno at Ida Heno. It's yes! All capital letters, exclamation points. Can't wait to listen, and everyone else should too. Boners in honor of El Heno. Hashtag Hobie rules.
He was talking about your Blake boners last week.
Yes, thank you.
Which was a hashtag last week on Twitter, Blake boners. So you did trend a little bit. Not much, but a little bit.
He went in the top 5, and
that would have been funny. Blake boners.
Blake Boners became a.
we probably got a lot of the porn crossover people that are probably like, hey, what kind of new porn?
Remy LaCroix was
this?
in there.
What kind of porn genre is this? Blake Boner. I gotta look it up.
I don't know if I want to see Blake boner go porn. Nope.
Nope, I'll pass.
Oh God, yeah, Blake Boner and Remy LaCroix, and then somebody talking to my wife going, "Hey, what's up with this shit?" Anyways,
And then Remy LaCroix.
Oh.
I can't do it.
all right, moving on. Bobby H. Personally, Bobby H has usually a lot of feedback I have to read. Okay, personally, I find the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. People know what that is?
Simon Pegg's
That's
trilogy?
correct. Simon Pegg's 3
I
movies.
never knew that's what that was
Yeah.
called.
Yeah. And Scream. Do we know what that is? There you go.
Movie?
To be deconstruction theses of their genre versus a spoof. Maybe like Hot Fuzz is the closest thing to a spoof, but to me, Shaun and the World's End are example. Shaun of the Dead is what he means. Yeah. Shaun of the Dead and the World's End are examples of the genre that are just postmodern and awesome. I would also be borderline on Life of Brian and Christopher Guest movies. Those I consider comedies, but not spoofs. But to each their own. Smile emoticon. Thank you, Professor Bobby H.
Professor.
Ooh, he's a professor now.
Oh,
Can't give yourself a nickname.
we just
I
did.
didn't think it
In
had to be-
He-Man, he'd be Professor-O.
Or Bobby-O.
Bobby H.O.
I
Bobby
didn't have to be any
Ho?
thinking
Bobby
like this stuff.
Ho!
What's that?
I said I didn't think there'd have to be any thinking when I came here tonight.
Well, I
That's a
apologize.
lot to it.
I think Christopher Guest movies are spoofs. I think they are.
Yeah,
They
Best in
spoof-
Show is a
Yeah,
Yes.
they take a genre and spoof it.
genre.
So, do you ever think about putting like a little hat on the dog and with like a little cigar, like a little pipe with bubbles that come out of it? No. To the Basset Hound. And wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Dr.
Wrap
Number
it up.
Doctor Number One
I'll
at
take
Doctor Number
it.
One says, "Has Kevin Smith jumped the shark?" Hashtag listener feedback.
I don't know.
He probably has.
I think he has.
I think when you're known for being, the fun chubby guy and you lose all that weight, you jump the shark.
Okay.
I didn't know he's lost any weight.
Yeah, he lost
a lot of
70.
weight.
He's still a big guy.
Yeah, he's pretty skinny now.
Yeah, if you've seen him lately.
No, I haven't seen him lately.
Yeah, he still wears like the big hockey
oversized
jerseys
hockey jersey.
and the ball caps, but he looks not him.
No.
Clerks 2 was weird. I was kind of
I love Clerks 2.
Clerks 2 is great.
I love
Except for
Clerks
the
2.
ABC dance scene. That was
ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3.
You could watch that over and over again.
And the dog keep fucking.
The donkey
That
show.
was just way too weird. I mean, but that's what he likes to do. He likes to try and take it too far.
I think he jumped when he did Cop Out. So,
That's his most successful movie, though.
that's not a good thing.
That's because
I thought
that was a Tracy Morgan and Bruce Willis movie,
You know, who-
not a Kevin Smith movie.
Do you know who originally wrote that? It was called A Couple of Dicks, originally.
I'll say Joel McCarran.
Coen Brothers.
Oh.
And then they wouldn't let the studio was going. It was on Hollywood Babylon this week. They were going to let them direct, and then the studio said, "Well, you've never directed before, so we're not going to let you."
The Coen Brothers?
Yeah, and originally it was
What is this 20 years ago when they had the movie and didn't let them direct it?
and then what was it? Who was originally in it? I forget who was originally in it. There's some bigger names, and then
Bigger names of Bruce Willis?
yeah, it was bigger names.
Did Tom Hanks?
I don't know. I just said I don't know. I don't
I'm just
know.
trying to think what names are bigger than Bruce Willis in Hollywood.
I don't know.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they're
so
longer.
they
They have more
wanted the
letters
Mr. and
in their
Mrs.
name.
Smith too.
Well, then they kicked the Coen brothers out, and then they said they needed a director with more experience. And Kevin's like, so they hired me. Like, he's like, and I kept going to the Coen brothers like, what the hell,
But the Coen brothers directed a bunch of movies at that point.
I don't think they have. I think they've written them. I don't think they've ever directed, because Ralph Garman just said that they've just written that. They just are directing their first one right now.
No, that's
Look
not
it up,
right.
Doug. You're the research guy.
That's not right. Joel. I don't think they direct as the brothers, but I think
Maybe
I think
that's it.
Joel
they're
does the directing.
Okay. Well, Doug's going to look it up.
Oh, anyway, so let's move on to Face Off.
Thanks, intern Doug.
Face Off from the Pulp Culture Cafe at TPC Cafe
Yes.
says Eeyore versus Droopy the dog.
I'm droopy.
Oh boy.
See, much better Blake impersonation.
This guy's out of
than a
cold.
Jason
This guy's out of
okay.
cold. Out of cold.
It's not much of a tale, but I'm kind of attached to it.
I'm waiting for Eeyore just to commit suicide.
Well, see, I really don't think this fight would ever happen. I mean, they're
think
like
either one
the
of them
two
get worked
most
up to it.
depressing people that'll just sit in their corners, and I mean,
You'd have to try to push them into each other. Come on.
I mean, the only way
Let's go.
I could think somebody would win is Eeyore's tail is thumbtacked into him, so he might use the tack as a weapon.
I've seen Droopy the dog cartoons where he's a boxer, so I'm going Droopy the dog. I'm going with that. I have nothing else to base
and
it
huge
on.
hammers do appear in his hand.
That's true.
Oh.
He does smack the crap. Well, actually, it wasn't Droopy that was actually the boxer or whatnot. It was like a look-alike, and the one guy kept going after Droopy and running into the wrong guy who would beat the
We
crap
are
out
really
of him.
getting the young teenage to 22-year-old demographic right now.
They should watch Droopy cartoons.
They should.
They're better than the crap on
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Oh, there goes our Nickelodeon deal.
I'm sorry, I meant to say Disney Channel.
There goes our Disney Channel
Oh,
deal.
Disney had kicked us out a long time ago, right, Blake?
That's right.
Doug, you saying now on the Coens?
They directed pretty much everything. Now, I remember hearing stories where they I get credit for the writing, you do the directing, but they both did it because...
Maybe it's the first one they're doing together.
No, because here, for directing for Joel and Ethan Coen, 2004, The Lady Killers. You know.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty
No
sure they
Country for Old
directed
Men.
No Country. They directed Fargo. They
Burn
directed
After Reading.
And that's all their stuff, right?
Inside Llewellyn Davis. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you sure it was the Coen brothers? Maybe not some other brothers?
The Coen brothers, Ralph Garman's friends with them. So
were they high on pot when they said this?
maybe. Well, Ralph is drunk.
Okay.
Ralph was drunk, Kevin was high. That's how it goes on Hollywood Babylon.
Okay, let's move on to Draft Day. We'll do the next one next week, the next face-off of next week's. Let's do Draft Day.
All right. Oh, wait, we got music for Draft Day.
Jason, it was the Cullen brothers, not the Coen brothers.
It sounds right. They're the same, right?
The Cullen, Cohen,
I have a speech impediment, okay?
that prevents me from hearing things properly.
Imagine all the listeners that were out there yelling, Colin, not Cohen.
All 7.
Yeah.
but it makes sense because they're known for creating multiple primetime TV series. Hits with a Z for UPN. Lucky for FX.
Oh, Lucky.
Gary the Rat for Spike.
Oh,
and
God.
Heist for NBC.
Oh.
No wonder they wanted somebody else to direct.
And they have written and produced multiple pilots for Fox, NBC, ABC, HBO, and Showtime.
Oh, those weren't pilots. Those were the actual shows.
Those
that
were the ones that actually made it.
Okay, any of them I've heard of before today.
I've heard Lucky. I've heard of Lucky. That's about it. I stand corrected again. So
13 episodes of Lucky.
Yes.
Of Lucky.
All right, so anyway, we listened to our Draft Day music, so I suppose we should get into our Draft Day here.
Who's it from?
It is from Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666. He asks us to draft South Park. So it looks like we are drafting the 4 foul-mouthed little children: Stan Marsh, Kyle Broflovsky, Eric Cartman, and Kenny McCormick.
Yes.
Do we need to describe these children to people, or do we think the majority of our listenership
I'll do a
knows
quick
them?
one. Stan Marsh is a normal, average American mix-up kid, 4th grade student, contemplates ethics and beliefs, moral dilemmas, and contentious issues. And will often reflect on the lessons he has attained with a speech often begins with, I learned something today. Kyle Broflovsky.
Thank you.
He's the high moral standard of all the boys. He's reactionary, and he's irritable and impatient. And he's the only child in his class not initially indulge in a fad or fall victim to a ploy. He's also one of the few Jewish children on the show. Cartman is basically the aggressive, prejudiced, and emotionally unstable. He is the bigger kid, the fat kid, and they've been playing him up as the villain a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got Kenny McCormick, the guy that is Muffles, the kid that is in the hood, and he used to die every episode up until season 6 or 7.
Yeah, until they got tired of finding new ways. The joke kind of ran its course.
And he's the one that lives in poverty and is made fun of by Cartman a lot. Prior to season 6, Kenny died.
Po, Kenny, you po!
Pa!
Okay. You said that was a quick one. Okay, I don't know where you found this, because it's been a long time since I've seen the show. My caption is what I found. Stan, everyman. Kyle, lone Jew. Cartman, loud, obnoxious, anti-Semitic. Kenny, poor and muffled speech.
There you go.
That's what I was going on.
I got this Wikipedia.
I don't know where you... Why?
Well, Doug, would you like to go first? Draft day, you pick one. It's like a regular draft. We're doing a snake draft from now on. So we go revert back.
From now on.
Well, Blake just start one at last time.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to do it. Doug can pick somebody to fill one of the spots. Living or dead, fake or fictional or non-fictional. And basically, once he is picked, the person is picked, you can't pick them. No one else can. So, Doug, round 1, who's your number 1 pick?
I just want to say this. This is harder than you think.
Yes.
People do this at home, and the home game version is fantastic.
It is. It's pretty popular.
But when you get the
call out.
When you get the day before saying, "Oh, by the way, we're doing this," it's, "Oh crap." So picking one was tough, so I had to go with themes.
Okay.
So, what theme did I want to do? So,
Hogan's Heroes.
Hogan's Heroes is one. I don't think I'll use that, but I'm going to mix up my themes.
Okay.
So I was going to do all 4 of them as the women of Ghostbusters.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
So from that, I'm going to draft Cartman, and I'm going to go with Melissa McCarthy.
That's an easy pick.
I know.
Well, we did see
Hold on a
her
second. Is that the big lady that poops and sings?
Yes.
Okay.
She is foul-mouthed, or can be. She is on the larger side, so I understand that pick.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go second.
Okay, wow.
We're going out of order.
Yeah, we're not going around the table. We're crisscrossing.
It's because crisscross make you want to
Because
jump.
you're afraid we're going to steal something.
Yes. Don't look.
Maybe we're
I
going
just looked.
alphabetical.
Yes, that's what we're doing. Kenny McCormick is my number 1 pick.
And Blake would have been first.
We're going by last name.
Last name. Yeah, so Blake's next. Thank you, Blake. I'll give you an extra pass this week. Kenny McCormick, I'm drafting Sean Bean.
Fuck you!
The guy that dies in everything.
Fuck you! Now I don't know who I'm picking for Kenny McCormick.
I wanted him because I had no one else.
Oh, I have no one else.
Sean Bean.
Well, my team just lost now.
Come on, Blake, give me props on that
Oh
one.
man, props.
I
Props
don't even
to
know.
you.
He was who was going to pick first just so no one could steal him.
Yep. Blake, who's yours?
You suck, Jake. You suck. So
I gotta
bad.
go
You
with my,
suckity suck.
Stan Marsh.
Uh-huh.
Normal, average American, mixed up kid. I'm going with Charlie Brown.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good for you just looking at this 15 minutes ago.
15 minutes? Shit, that was 2 minutes. 60 seconds, man.
I like that. That's actually not bad. Jeff, who would you like to go with first round? You're Kenny? Do you have someone?
I don't have someone for Kenny, so I'm going to have to pick him late because I have to look that up now.
Okay.
I suppose I'll go with my Cartman. I'm going to go with Andy Milonakis.
Who's that?
He's the fat foul-mouthed kid who was in like the movie Waiting and had his own show on MTV.
Okay.
You don't know who
Nope.
he is?
Who?
Andy Milonakis?
No.
Did you ever see the movie Waiting?
Yeah.
He was the
Yeah.
fat busser who was always
remember.
foul-mouthed.
Nope.
Can't
T-Bone.
remember.
Oh, the rapping guys?
Yeah.
Oh, they're annoying.
Well, yeah, he was... But fits to be a perfect
No.
Cartman.
Dumb. Okay, what's your next pick? Sean Bean, baby.
I'm picking Sean Bean.
No.
Oh, shit.
Snake draft. Go ahead.
Okay, well, it's my pick. Well, I got an audio clip as to why I chose this one. So hold on one second.
I'm getting pretty sick of him calling my mom. Well, cause my bitch, she's a big fat bitch, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's a stupid bitch, and everyone's a bitch, she's a bitch to all the boys and girls. Shut your fucking mouth, Carmen! On Monday she's a bitch, on Tuesday she's a bitch, and Wednesday to Saturday she's a bitch. And on Sunday just to be different, she's a super king, Kamehameha, bitch. Come on, you all know the words. Have you ever met my great cause mom, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. She's a mean old bitch, and she has stupid hair, she's a bitch, 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 bitch. Bitch, 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 she's a stupid bitch. Cause mom's a bitch, and she's just a dirty bitch.
Red.
All right, so the reason I'm drafting this, that song pretty much explains it. I'm drafting for Kyle Chelsea Clinton.
Chelsea Clinton?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. All right. That's Cartman.
No, it's Kyle.
Oh, Kyle, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah,
I
now
gotcha.
you get it.
Yeah, took me on.
It's taken a while, but
Okay. Blake?
It's a political statement.
We don't get political.
it's not political. That's social.
Oh, yeah.
Good, Blake, yours?
I like it. Let's stick with Kyle. I'm gonna, high moral standard of all the boys. That's Linus, voice of reason and Peanuts.
I think you're going Charlie Brown theme.
He's got a theme too.
What makes you think I got a theme? Maybe
Well,
I'll just throw a curveball in there later.
I'm going Kyle too. It's a run on Kyle's.
Run on Kyle's.
Jewish, high moral standard, Jesus Christ. You know?
That's right. Technically, his parents were Jewish.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
He feels like an outsider amongst the core group of his characters.
There you go.
The problem I have with that is Jesus Christ is actually a character in South Park.
No,
so
it's a
Jesus
different one.
Christ can't be both Jesus Christ and Kyle.
I got Jesus
Bartholomew.
Christ and Sean Bean. Fuck you. I'm taking Jesus.
But couldn't Jesus Christ have been Kenny? Because he died and then he would come back.
Not every week, though. Not every week. But it is good. You could do it.
I see the Christ theme there, yeah.
Yes, see? Yeah. Maybe I'll just start doing punches Myatt next.
That's right. There you go. Now
He's my Eric Cartman.
that's right.
Go ahead, Doug. What's yours?
Okay, so my next theme was the cast from Grown Ups.
Okay.
You know, because
Great film.
Who wouldn't want to kill Kevin James repeatedly? But I didn't pick him.
Oh, okay.
That was one of them. But
No, very close. It's close second.
so using my description as just the lone Jew,
Okay.
for Kyle I took Adam Sandler.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't really care. He just happened to fit that.
So you got Melissa McCarthy and Adam Sandler.
Yes.
I sense comic gold. I sense it.
It gets better. It
Okay,
gets
who's
better.
your next one?
See, then I went political.
Whoa.
See, now Lieberman would have been my Jew for that, but
Okay.
we didn't go with him.
He's an independent.
Who's the everyman in politics? Just
Joe Biden.
The person that you know is just a normal American, and he just happened to fall into a great job.
Mitt Romney.
Bill
For
Clinton.
Stan, George W. Bush.
Oh,
Ah, okay. What?
He's just the everyman. He
I
was
like
the guy
it.
that picked off the street and made president.
Okay.
And he may or may not have done a better job than what we have now, but that's neither here nor there.
Different show. Different show.
Yes.
Down the hall. I'm going with my Stan. Normal, average American mixed up kid. Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. I am hitting it out of the park. Zach Morris, Jesus Christ, and Sean Bean.
Well, I'll give you Sean Bean and Zach Morris.
What about Jesus? He's the lone Jew. Go ahead, Blake. What's yours?
A lonely Jew.
Okay. All right. So, Cartman, the aggressive, prejudiced, emotionally unstable. I had a hard time with this. Actually, it was a tie between the kite-eating tree and Lucy.
I like the kite-eating tree.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Between the kite
Thank you.
eating tree and Lucy.
You did a lot better than we have. You did that 2 minutes. Jeff, what do you got? I don't think you can top a kite-eating tree.
I do not have the kite eating tree. He did not steal the kite eating tree from me. Yeah, I have to say you blindsided me, Jason, and I still can't find a Kenny, so I'm just pulling one out of left field.
Okay.
Because Kenny's Poe.
We're pulling one out of left field. What about right field?
Nope, he's not in right field. He's in left field. That's why I went to left
What
field.
about
to
the
get
center?
him. Nope, he's in left field.
Left center. You're playing
Hashtag
softball.
LF. Oliver Twist. Because he's Poe. That's it. That's
What's your
all
next
I got. I got my Stan left, and I think, well...
Huck Finn?
No, it's not good. Oh, how do I not be bad? Do I want Huck Finn? No, I think I'll stay with what I have. You know, the guy contemplates ethics and beliefs, moral dilemmas, contentious issues, and will reflect with, I learned something today. I'm going to pick Craig Nickel.
Oh! Nickel is on the draft day board.
Yeah.
Canadians don't play draft day.
Oh, come on. They have to fill the CFL with something.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about the minor league football.
The Rough Riders and the Rough Riders and the Yetis and the Rough Riders.
So he can hang out with Hillary Clinton.
That's right.
Chelsea Clinton.
You know, that's why they have to play the CFL in the summertime, because in the winter the fields are tundra.
I think I would rather watch that. Like that. I'm going Eric Cartman as my last pick.
And they have to chase people off the field because they're always ice fishing in there.
You probably don't have cheaters either, that deflate, footballs.
It's tough when they cut holes.
Oh,
in the
give me the
tundra.
phone! I don't like the phone! No, you can't have it!
Do I even know what you're talking
Tom
about?
Brady. Give me the phone! No, I don't want the phone.
You turn all that stuff over to your boss?
Hell no. Anyways.
But you don't have a contract, a morals clause contract, do you?
I don't know. Not bad. So anyways, I'm going with Cartman as my last pick. Aggressive, prejudiced, and emotionally unstable. Donald Trump.
He was almost my everyman.
Oh!
It was close.
Okay, fine. You guys get to pick.
So for a non-political podcast,
it was either him or Hitler.
I had him too.
I'm going Hitler.
He was on my political one.
So I got Zach Morris.
Take him off the board now.
I got Zach Morris, Jesus, Hitler, and Sean Bean. Who doesn't fit in? Sean Bean.
Yeah, because he's a good pick.
Go on, Hitler. Blake, what's your last pick?
My last pick, going chronologically order in accordance with how I wrote this out. Oh, because it's that way in the syllabus. The last one's Kenny McCormick. You know, the muffled, undiscernible, the guy that gets no respect, dirty, poor. I went with Spike, Snoopy's brother.
Oh, you could have done Pigpen, too.
I was
It
thinking
is
Pigpen,
true.
and I didn't pick Pigpen because I didn't want to ruin Blake's list.
That's right.
But I should have went
Who
Pigpen.
ruined your list?
That would be Jason.
Oh, okay. Jason likes ruining your list.
That's third person.
That is. Doug, what's your last pick? Mr. Irrelevant.
I had Kenny left. Now this was before I when they stopped killing him. When
Okay.
I watched it, they kept killing him. So I needed something with a lot of deaths.
Okay.
So I couldn't just pick a person. I went more family. Politically, I really wanted to use this, but I already used my political
The Kennedys?
one. The Kennedys was
That
it.
was a good one. I like
That
that.
was
I
it.
like that.
But since I used my politics one, I had to go to my wrestling one.
Oh, God, the Von
Van
Erichs.
Von Erichs, you know it. How many more ways can you die?
Oh,
That
the
was
Von
it.
Erichs. Remember, we have signs for all 12 or whatever. Ouch. So, Doug, who's your pick? Who's your guy?
That's a really obscure reference that people don't know who the Von Erichs are. Back
Half
in
the
the
kids
day.
commit suicide. The other ones died tragically somehow. I think all of them commit suicide.
Yeah, there was
Most of them.
disease.
There's
know,
one
the-
guy left.
The Hearts are getting close to that.
Hearts
too.
are pretty close, too.
For Stan, I have George W. Bush, Kyle, Adam Sandler, Cartman, Melissa McCarthy, and Kenny, the Von Erichs.
Blake?
Well, Stan, Charlie Brown, Kyle, Linus, Cartman, Kite-Eating Tree, Lucy, and Spike. Which, by the way, it was kind of easy for me to pick a theme because they did make South Park themed off of Charlie
Sure.
Brown.
Okay.
The round-headed kids.
The
Wow.
round-headed kids, that's right.
Stan is Zach Morris. Kyle is Jesus Christ. Eric Cartman is Hitler. Or Donald Trump. I could be swayed either way. Kenny McCormick is Sean
Same thing
Bean.
almost.
Do we care about yours?
Probably not. I got Stan as Craig Nickel, Kyle as Chelsea Clinton, Cartman as Andy Milonakis, and Kenny should have been Sean Bean, but is Oliver Twist.
That's the oddest and worst team I've ever heard. Craig Nickel is your best pick, and that's bad.
What? Oh, man, you've been called out, Craig. You've been called out.
Sorry. So, Randall Holt, you're the guy that sent this in, so you need to tell us who wins.
I vote for Blake.
The Kite-Eating Tree is pretty good. I do like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of voting for Blake, too, but I want to win, so vote for me.
Jesus. I am Jesus.
Yeah, that's the worst one in your pick.
He's a lone Joe. He's an outsider amongst the core group of characters.
Actually, I think he was pretty much the leader of his entire group of people he hung out with.
If you have a draft day, send us it on Twitter or Facebook. There it is.
Hey, I have a question for Nickel.
Yes.
What kind of Canadian does Nickel fancy himself? Is he the guy that shoves the big metal ball across the ice, or is he the broom sweeper that sweeps in front of the ball?
Oh, it's a good one. Well, he does have cabins galore, so I don't know. I mean, which one is the richest one of those guys? The ball guy or the broom?
Oh, the guy sliding the stone is the
Guy sliding the stone?
richest.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
Because he doesn't
I mean,
have to
the
do a lot of the work.
broom
The broom
sweepers
sweepers
are-
guys got to work their ass off.
He may not have a gated community, but the trees form a gate, so it's pretty close. He's secluded.
Does he get to wear bear pelts?
Oh, I'm sure.
Okay.
Probably moose pelts. I would
Moose
think.
pelts is good. Moose pelts. Sorry for you Canadian listeners. We do like Canada. A lot better than, I don't know.
Yeah, a lot better than another country. I'm
They
afraid
gave us
to.
Brian Adams.
That's and
They've apologized for Brian Adams on many occasions.
and Nathan Fillion. Thank you. Hello? No.
Oh man, I just realized I have to lose this
Why?
because I drafted a Canadian as Stan, and he's not the guy with a floppy head.
Okay.
All the Canadians in South Park have floppy
that's
heads.
right.
I got all the floppy head.
Oh,
That's right.
I think I am
Disqualified.
disqualified.
I don't think you were going to win anyways.
I'm going to assume I was going to win if I didn't get disqualified and
Okay.
sleep better tonight.
So next, can we do News of the Geek?
Oh, let's. It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
Kind have a Disney version this week. I don't know,
Nothing
Blake.
wrong with that.
That's right. You
When-
are a Disney fan.
When will you be sending me to the D23 convention? You know, everybody has their geekdom, so I'm not ashamed to admit, yes, at one point I paid money and was part of D23.
Did you go?
No, there's a thing where you get like a magazine every month. I mean,
P23, please explain.
D23.
Oh, D.
D
What-
for Disney. 23 was when they first started the company and that.
In
so.
1923?
yeah.
Ah, thank you for explaining.
Yes.
Are you going to be part of the Disney Club that's like exclusive to like $500,000 to get in?
No.
Okay.
No. Now, I know she comes up later, but Jennifer Goodwin, who's on Once Upon a Time, that was one of her, when she was signing on to it, that was one of her stipulations. She wanted to be a part of this club, and they're like, sorry, there's no openings. But then like a year later, there was an opening, so she got in. But yeah.
So you have to wait till someone dies to
a
get
limited
in?
number, yeah. It's like, I don't know, $30,000 to get in. But you do get free park admission when you go. So.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Oh, well, that's what, 3 trips to the park?
Yeah.
For your family, at least.
Basically, their own version of Comic-Con is what it is. Some highlights. Star Wars Land is coming to both parks and will be 14 acres each, and all employees will be dressed in Star Wars attire.
No. Not, I have
Both parks. Don't they have like
geez.
5 or 6
I have
parks?
They're not dressed as, for one, they're cast members.
My bad.
Not employees.
Cast members.
Universal is team members. But that's, you know.
Oh, God, I despise when people do that. I hate when you work at a fucking retail store and they talk about, oh, you're team members.
No, you're an associate.
And the customers are guests. I'm like, no, fuck, they're customers and I'm an employee. Let's get this straight.
That's why you don't work in retail anymore.
But they're not going to be dressed as characters. They will be characters.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which I don't quite understand how they're going to do that. You know, not to get too geeky here, but if you're like a cashier at a store, you're one job classification. If you're a face character, one of the characters, that's a different one. You get paid more, especially if you're like Cinderella.
If you're like good.
Well, if you're not wearing a mask, but
yeah.
So where does the pay come in? Who are you going to have working these things?
I don't know.
They have a lot of people from the college program that come down. Will they be at the store? They don't care. They're just down there for the sex and the. Well, never mind.
What?
Yeah.
Disney sex?
No. I figured Chip and Dale were a little creepy. I always figured. Don't you think? No. Okay, moving on.
I thought you were talking about the strippers. So.
No. No, not those guys. So they gave no timetable when it would be, but they said coming soon.
Next year.
I think 2017 they're supposed to start in Disney.
Start building?
Yeah. They have Avatar Land coming first, so they want.
Oh, stop Avatar Land right now and go for Star Wars.
No. Now it's actually Pandora, the world of Avatar. But it's not the movie. You're just exploring the planet. They're not going to be doing.
It's a big tree.
I've
Let's
never
move
seen
on.
the movie, so I have no idea.
And there's
It's
a big tree.
Could they pull out right now with Pandora and say, we're done with that?
Pull out is never the safest way.
They ride through a canal and they're all singing, "Small Pandora after all."
Do you think anybody will care about Pandora in a couple years?
I thought they stopped caring about it years ago.
The people in the Disney community didn't really care to begin with. It was like,
Yeah, that's not really
my ways.
I mean, it might have been released by Disney Studio, but
No,
it wasn't even released by Disney. Then why the hell would they care at all?
They should have done the fantasy realm that they were supposed to do with the Animal Kingdom,
yeah.
with the dragons, and it would have been a lot better.
well, part of the reason they did Avatar was so they could keep people at the Animal Kingdom at night, because that usually closed at 5.
Oh.
Because it basically.
When is that opening? Is that next year?
Animal Kingdom?
No.
It's been
No.
The Pandora.
I'm going next year.
2017-ish.
Oh, that's a shame I'm going to miss it. Damn.
Okay, but just because I have notes on
Yes.
this, and yours were a little slim on this.
Yeah, I apologize.
The first thing, you're going to be visiting a new planet in the Star Wars land.
Oh.
Unlike the Outer Rim. But supposedly you're going to have like a Mos Eisley's Cantina there, too.
Okay.
I don't know.
But you need to have a Mos Eisley Cantina, whatever Star Wars land you.
But that's not fitting the.
Who cares?
Yeah,
Just as long as it.
Yes.
Hey, we take requests. Play the same song you've been playing. All right.
My friend says he doesn't like you.
I don't like you.
I don't like
I've
you.
had my picture taken with him, so just.
What
and then-
the? I don't like you, pig nose guy?
No, the band guys.
Oh.
They're going to have a Millennium Falcon ride.
Yes.
Something where you can control it. It's going to be customized, so it'll be different.
And the warp drive always fails?
It needs to be one of them where you are actually
Hyperspace.
shooting.
The hyperdrive
Punch it,
always
Chewie.
fails?
Punch it, Chewie.
Don't get cocky, kid.
Anything else?
And then there's going to be Star Wars Launch Bay, which is going to have like meet and greets, food, merchandise.
You said meet and greets. I'm like, meet and
No.
cheese?
No. And then I think it's also going to be like a museum where they have props and games there where you get.
They bought the rights just to do the Disney land, right? The land in Disney parks, right? They didn't really care about the movies. I mean, they were going to make the movies, but
No, I think they cared about the movies, and this is, obviously.
Icing on the cake.
Synergy.
I thought they would have started on the. I mean, what, they bought it 2 years ago, and they're just now talking about.
Yeah.
I figured they would have jumped at the chance to add Disney parks or
will
Star
there be a
Wars parks to
Sarlacc
the Disney.
pit?
No.
Oh, and they'll just have Boba Fett keep falling into it.
No, I just want to have a guy dressed as a Sarlacc pit walking around with tentacles flying everywhere.
What about a garbage compactor?
Oh, that would be
Your
fun.
friends can get squished in there, and you gotta try and figure out the code to shut it down.
I like it.
Shut them all down.
Shut them all down.
Who the hell was that? What was that impression?
I think that was Michael Caine.
Oh, okay.
Now going back to what you said about not having it in quicker. Originally, they were going to have the first, not the first three, 4, 5, and 6 in there.
Yeah.
And then apparently Bob Iger saw a cut of the movie and it's like, scrap it, we're going with the new stuff.
Oh,
Which, I mean, I'm sure they're going to make more money at that, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then also the Star Tours ride, which is like a flight simulator. I think before the movie comes out, you fly to different worlds. And they're going to have something from the new...
They should do a pod race ride where it feels
Stop
like you're
it.
just in a pod race.
Stop it.
Meow, meow.
That's-
Oh no, they're shooting at us. Ah!
That's part of the flight simulator. Is one of the scenes is you
Oh,
go
different
through
scenes.
2 lands and there's like a character in between, and one of them there's like 56 different combinations, but one of them is a pod race.
Oh.
Are they gonna have like a thing where you could swing across a big gully or a big,
Rift.
open air space, but you have to like kiss your sister before you do it?
Yes.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
I don't have a sister. I'd have to kiss Jane.
Or they could put you in a shootout simulator with a stormtrooper, and the stormtrooper misses you no matter what.
87 times.
87 times.
Oh, I'm sorry. I set my phaser to miss. My bad. Other things, Colin Trevorrow, director of Jurassic World, has been hired for Star Wars Episode 9. The Lego movie directors, Christopher Miller and Philip Lord, have been hired to direct the Star Wars anthology film prequel for Han Solo. Clips of their next live-action versions of Pete's Dragon, The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, and the next Pirates of the Caribbean film were shown. Pete's Dragon was more mysterious than whimsical, thank God.
Oh, I wanted whimsical. I like whimsy.
Jungle Book looked gorgeous, supposedly.
Did you hear some of the voices?
Oh, Jungle Book?
Christopher Walken is King Louis.
Yes.
And Scarlett Johansson is Kaa the snake.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Who's Mowgli?
An act.
That's live action. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's a little boy. Yeah.
Idris Elba is...
Shere Khan.
Yeah, I think he is. So.
Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley?
Ben Kingsley?
Yeah, he's
Gandhi.
The Panther, the Bagheera or whatever.
Oh, okay. Wow. So I'm excited because Idris Elba. He should play the snake. Jungle Book. I'm sorry. And the big news. Ready? Orlando Bloom is coming back to Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
What?
What?
And Pirates of the Caribbean opens 10 years from the last one, from the third
Oh,
one.
so it's 10 years
Technically,
when his
it's 10
ghost
years
comes
later.
back.
Yeah. Does anyone care?
No.
No, okay.
I
Good.
think it worked well for Fantastic Four when they jumped a year in a movie.
It did. It did a lot. It did. Let's see. John Lasseter, Chief Creative Officer of Pixar and Walt Disney Animation Studios, announced a Jack and the Beanstalk adaptation.
Jack and the Beansack.
Beanstack. Jack and the Beansack.
Jack and the Beansack.
I think we found the title for this episode.
Unfortunately, the porn is just the same as the Jack and the Beanstalk movie, Gigantic. I think they don't have to change the title at all.
No, it'd be Giganto.
Oh, that's true. And their title of their
He-Man universe.
Day
That's right.
de los Muertos film, the Day of the Dead film, Coco. Gigantic, directed by the guy who did Tangled. Would be the definitive version of the fairy tale. Does anyone know if there's really needs to be a definitive version of the fairy tale?
There always needs to be. Apparently, when
Rapunzel.
Disney does it, that becomes the definitive version.
There's an edition of a
Which is what I really fucking hate about Hercules, because they just so bastardized it.
Time out. Hercules, the cartoon, was very, very close to the book, the source material.
It wasn't anywhere close to the source material.
He had a baby unicorn he grew up with. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. I think you helped me. His name wasn't even Hercules. The Greek name is Heracles.
Well, I hope you're happy because The Rock helped out then with the next film. He did the definitive version.
That was closer.
Speaking of The Rock, he was there to preview the South Pacific set Moana.
Moana.
Out November 23rd, 2016, follows a high-spirited 16-year-old princess
Another princess. Oh my.
2,000 years ago.
Wait, is this Princess Leia? A long time ago.
But as an act of rebellion, she set sail to a fabled island with the tattooed demigod Maui, a.k.a.
Maui.
Rocky Johnson. Dwayne Johnson.
Rocky Johnson.
Yeah, Rocky
Yes.
Johnson.
Rocky Johnson.
Wow,
Old
I
school.
thought he was dead, Rocky Johnson.
On Coco, director Lee Unkrich from Toy Story 3. Every time I see that name, I always think of Skeet Ulrich, the actor.
Skeet Ulrich, yeah.
Doesn't it?
Unkrich, Skeet Ulrich.
Lee Unkrich.
It would be about a 12-year-old boy living with his big family in Mexico who inadvertently sets off a life-altering chain of events. That's pretty vague.
Good thing we'll have the wall there to protect him from coming over.
Good thing President Trump will keep him out of the country.
Toy Story 4 and Finding Dory are both coming out in 16 as Dory. Finding Dory 2016.
Toy Story and Finding Dory.
Toy
Dory 4.
Toy Story 4.
Toy Dory.
Toy Dory 5.
Toy Story
Find toys.
Toy Story 4 is 2017, I think. It'd be a love story between Woody and Bo Peep, who was actually in the first two, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Bo Peep wasn't
finally,
in the third one, was she?
no. Director's Brian.
Annie Potts.
Yeah. You haven't heard her in a long time.
No, you haven't seen her since Ghostbusters.
We've seen her a lot since Ghostbusters.
She was on that
We
TV
have?
show.
What TV show?
Designing Women?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't thinking of that one.
you know,
That was since Ghostbusters.
you know that one. Yeah.
They previewed Zootopia out
I
March
think Pretty in
14th.
Pink was after Ghostbusters.
We're talking about Zootopia,
I'm going off on a tangent over here.
which is set a human-like city populated by animals that walk upright, wear clothes, and hold human jobs. Film centers on a bunny cop, Judy Hopps.
Oh, cop. Oh, why can't they center them around insurance adjusters?
That's right. Who heads to the big city to pursue her law enforcement degree or dreams? Sorry.
Her law enforcement degree.
Law enforcement degree.
She gets entangled with the mischievous Nick Wilde.
Facts,
Baby.
the mischievous facts.
You know what? I have a cold. Shut up, people.
You can slow down your reading.
Yeah,
Jason.
I know.
That's.
Has anyone seen Zootopia? Like previews for it? I've seen some.
I
sketches.
heard about it now that you read about it.
I thought this was
Shakira's
based
in it.
on the
Shakira, that's
U2
right.
U2 album.
I heard her hips don't lie.
Everything else does, but not her hips. Doug, anything you're a Disney fan?
Yes.
Anything you're excited about?
I'm talking about the stuff you missed.
Okay. Oh, geez.
Stuff you
God,
missed.
there's more.
Star Wars movies. You didn't mention anything about that.
Oh, okay.
Except for the directors. They released
Solo.
a cast photo of Rogue One,
Yes.
but they're all human. I
Yeah.
thought, weren't they supposed to be Bothans?
There's supposed to be some bounty hunters too.
Boffins?
Bothans.
Boppins?
Who said the
Boffins.
bounty hunters aren't human, though?
Well, the bounty hunters also could be the bad guys too.
But in like the first Star Wars, they said something about all these Bothans died to get these plans.
That's true.
They're all humans.
They said Bothans?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Boffins are humans.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe the people that live on Boffa
Kind
are
of like
humans.
Earthlings are humans, you know?
Doug's got a picture
You know
of
what
it.
I'm
No, I
saying?
got a picture of. I just googled them, and they're like lion-looking people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no.
Oh,
They
yeah.
look like Yazarians from Star Frontiers.
That's what I was thinking.
what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harrison Ford showed up,
Yes.
and they said usually he's kind of curmudgeonly, and he was actually in a good mood.
oh, that's
Oh,
good.
that's good.
He didn't die in a plane crash, so he was happy.
And then George Lucas won like the Disney Legend Award. They give this out,
Because he's such a big
Should he
Disney
have
legend.
won it the first time they give
Disney movies he's made.
Well, I was gonna
Thanks for
say-
selling it.
And he
Here's
even
your
mentioned-
legend.
and then he mentioned that he's like, I never even made a movie for Disney until I made Strange Magic. Silence. That was it. But he said, there's something I have to say. because he grew up with Disney cartoons. He was at Disneyland the second day it opened, and he said, I don't know if I could get in trouble for this. I don't know if I want to say this. He's like, I based Jar Jar Binks. And he was pausing. It was like, okay, what kind of reaction am I going to get on Goofy?
I believe it.
No,
I actually
you had
believe
Disney
it.
fans there, so they kind of cheered. Hey, Goofy! It's a cheap pop.
Oh, he said good.
That's when the applause sign started flashing.
Yeah.
That's like when you're at a concert and they say your city and you're like, oh, they said the city we live in.
Right. So, but I mean, he was kind of hesitant to say it because he's like, and that's why I like Jar Jar so much.
Would it have been better if you would have had Goofy instead of Jar Jar Binks in it?
I think it would have been better if they had Nick, the best color man in the business, doing his drum sets after each joke he said.
Jar Jar, I like that idea. Like
I said, I still in my mind, I have wrote it in my own brain canon here that Jar Jar was actually evil.
Yes.
And it made the story a little better.
He was the Phantom Menace.
Yes.
And then the Marvel, I don't have much for that except Chris Evans and Anthony Mackie flew in from Germany.
And boy, were their arms tired. Oh, that was a George Lucas joke. Sorry.
Get the music! I can't do it.
Cue the snare.
They gave like a 5-minute talk, and they flew back to Germany.
That's a great gig.
Yes. And apparently Chris Evans is a huge Disney fan. He said he watches people's vacation videos on YouTube when he's, from Disneyland.
I think that's a
Sounds
stalker.
Hey, if they put it on there and you type in Disneyland video and it comes up.
I got scared by that. What about that one that was the guerrilla marketing movie that they filmed in Disney?
I heard that was really bad.
Yeah, I read the movie spoilers on it. I forget what it was called.
Oh, those are when they illegally filmed in
Yes.
Disney?
Escape to Tomorrowland or something.
Not Tomorrow. Forget what it's called. Yeah,
Escape
Tomorrowland was another scary
Escape
movie.
to something.
Escape to the Future.
No.
And then finally, all I have is apparently Iron Man
Yes. Yeah.
was
Man?
there, and I don't know what they were promoting, but there was this raffle, and they said, "Oh, the winner is Stan Lee," and it was Stan Lee that came out. So that was bad enough, but apparently they had Robert Downey Jr. had pre-recorded dialogue so Iron Man could speak.
And it sounded like our DJ.
Well, it was a problem because either somebody spoke when they shouldn't have, or it didn't start on time, and Stan Lee's old.
Yes.
So they said, I couldn't bear to watch it, but apparently it got really bad where he was talking over Iron Man at the same time, and he was just,
It was a Milli Vanilli moment.
Yeah, they shouldn't have just had they should have had hit the button for the next line. Hit the button, not just play it.
Yeah.
And hope
It is
everyone
Stan Lee.
goes on cue.
But he did introduce himself as the greatest cameo actor ever.
Oh well.
I think he might have a point there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't they? What did I say? They were joking about if Stan Lee it makes an appearance in Deadpool. Deadpool would realize who he was.
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Deadpool would realize, hey,
That's
it's Stan
Stan
Lee.
Lee. Yeah.
That would be funny.
They should. Yeah, that's the question. Where was Stan Lee in the Fantastic Four?
He decided even it was too bad for him. I'm out.
And I mean, he was Daredevil, wasn't he?
Stan Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he do a cameo in Daredevil?
Oh, I thought you meant he was Daredevil. I was like,
No,
I don't think he
in
was Daredevil.
I was gonna say, what version is that? Actually, that'd be pretty damn funny because he's very old and
Did you
frail.
see, I've seen somewhere online where they said he could end up being the Watcher.
Yes,
Oh God, he looks like the Watcher.
he does. He's going to die soon, though, so I don't think he's going to be in many more movies.
So then you just record all his dialogue and then just put it
Just
later.
splice it in.
Yeah.
We'll do a quick last one. 20th Century Fox stated a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen reboot was happening back in May. Happening in this thing.
Happening.
And at the TCA Summer Press Tour this week, producer John Davis revealed that his reboot is going to be more female-centric.
That's the way it should be.
Yes. Speaking to
Yeah, for
Commodore...
a gentleman, it's a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. First thing you can come to mind is women.
We're going... Davis,
Well, they're the extraordinary
I
gentlemen.
didn't actually even think about that, but
It's an extraordinary gentleman with women typecast as transgender superheroes.
just by going back to the roots and making it authentic to what the fan base was really excited about. It's female centric, which I think is interesting. So
No shit.
The funny thing is, the only female character in the 2003 film is Mina Harker.
Mina.
Yeah, so I'm sure that's going to be horrible just because they don't know how to make that show.
It can't be worse than the first one, though.
That's true. Ronda Rousey has expressed interest in Captain Marvel in the Captain Marvel film.
Yeah.
UFC fighter.
I'd like to play Aquaman. Can we just throw our name into the ring
Yes,
for any
yes.
of this? Who
Oh,
cares?
but apparently I heard like a bunch of people did like mock-up pictures of her as Captain Marvel, and they look pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, I think she tweeted them
She's
out.
got the frame for it already.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to be able to act.
Well, she was in
that,
Expendables
you know-
3.
She's acting in her own movie about herself.
That's some big heavyweight acting.
Yeah. I don't know her acting ability. I have not seen Expendables 3.
It's
or
on
2,
Netflix now.
Or 1, for that matter. But
You know, it's pretty funny. I saw a comment. I can't remember. It was a athlete or a music or a musician was joking about Ronda Rousey and said if he ever wrestled her and she got him in an arm bar, he'd spend the rest of the week trying to smell his elbow.
Did you see the female,
For those who don't know what an arm bar is, anyways,
armbar. I think armbar was about 200 of
Chris Jericho?
Jericho's 1,000 moves.
you can almost get the elbow to your nose.
When she was done with it, you could.
Yeah.
did you see the person that she just beat in 34 seconds is demanding a rematch with her?
Yeah, she's.
What is this?
Well,
Like,
well,
what is this?
34
I'm not
seconds was
ready?
her longest match, wasn't it?
Lately, yeah. But it was just funny. It's like, what was her opponent thinking? Oh, I wasn't ready. You started without me. I wasn't ready.
I wasn't expecting you to box,
Or fight.
or punch me. I thought you were going to wrestle me.
I didn't hear the bell go off.
I thought there'd be chairs.
But isn't this okay?
Oh, maybe she'll challenge her to a TLC match.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Not to go off on a tangent, but isn't this the problem with women's sports in general? The disparity between the best and
The
not
rest.
the
Everybody
best.
else?
Yeah, I mean, look at UConn basketball. You know, it just
Well, they had to basically make a weight class for her, and they had to build everything around. I mean, supposedly there might be one person that's coming up in the minors that might do it, but everybody has said that. So it's
That's
like
the problem with all of fighting anyway, is weight classes. If you're good enough to fight, you should be able to fight anybody.
I say in this world of equal opportunity, why don't they find like a featherweight dude and stick him in the ring?
Mayweather said he'll go.
Yeah.
okay, Blake.
Will he go under UFC
Oh
rules?
God, no, he's gonna be a wuss.
Yeah, he won't go unless it's a strict boxing
Yeah.
match.
Of all the people here, Blake's probably the one in best shape. Probably.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
Could you take her? She's a woman.
I have to lose
mean-
a lot of weight to get into her weight
No, no,
category.
but just-
I don't think it's possible. I
No,
would fight her, but I demand she come up to my weight.
But no, I mean, right now, you that size, her that size. Could you take her?
No, man, she
Yeah.
kicked my ass.
Okay, I was just.
She's a UFC fighter.
She's a woman.
Oh, she would kick your ass.
Well, the problem with me is he wouldn't be able to smack her because, God forbid, you smack a woman.
Well, moving on.
Hey, we are equal opportunity offenders.
You can send your complaints at Doug@Graphic Office.
Send it to number one fan. Hashtag number one fan.
She is one that would actually make me watch UFC. I get bored to tears about the men fighting in UFC. I really do. But I would watch
And
her
you watch
fights.
boxing?
I love boxing.
Oh, wow, I don't understand that.
Well-
I don't understand how you can get bored by UFC and love boxing.
Oh, I love boxing.
Boxing's about as boring of
No.
a sport out there.
The
I think
heavyweights
I'd
are
rather
boring.
watch golf.
No, I'll take the lightweights in that in boxing.
You see, if they're any good, they would be able to fight the heavyweights.
Did you see Roy Jones Jr.? You remember him?
Yeah.
The box. He's 46 and he's won like 6 or 7 fights in a row on his comeback, and like he's taking down people. And it's like,
How many are legit?
well, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, how old was George Foreman when he finally retired?
From having babies named George or boxing?
Boxing.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't retired from having
Yeah,
babies.
he's probably
named
still
George.
having George babies.
George, and this is George, and this is George.
Georgina, Georgette, Georgia.
Okay, well, since we've offended everybody now, let's move on.
Constantine.
Wait, I think there's someone we've not
Constantine.
offended yet.
Yeah.
Is making a one-time appearance in the new season from Arrow and will help revive White Canary, aka the old Black Canary.
Oh, what?
Rumors have circulated that the episode is well received. The CW may try to restart the Constantine series.
But didn't they
If you missed the word if.
It's supposedly people are excited.
Your sentence made no sense because you said rumors have circulated that the episode is well received.
No, I said if.
You didn't say it.
Okay. Go to the tape.
Didn't they just have something where the CW's like, okay, we're kind of done with superhero shows?
Until they realize
before or
nothing
after
else.
this?
Until they find out that's what's making money.
Except for Jane the Virgin, which is getting good reviews.
They said, was it Legends of Tomorrow is supposed to be the last one?
And it should be. I mean, what they should do is Legends of Tomorrow is a 10-episode series, and then replace that the next session with a different one if you're going to do another superhero.
And I think you've discussed this before, but what do you think about that?
I'm scared. I don't know.
I don't.
It looks kind of corny.
I like the Atom on
yeah.
Small
I like
Doses.
Captain Cold.
At least
Yes, I liked him.
I like Captain Cold, and at least from what I saw, the Atom is going to actually be shrinking now.
Yes.
Like the suit now at least can shrink, so that is so much better than him being a cheap Iron Man.
Yeah.
I'm still worried about them only having half a Firestorm.
Yeah. That's because Robbie ML is going to X-Files. So,
Oh, is he?
yeah, he's one of the agents with I forget who Ashley. Not Ashley. I forget what the name is. Lauren Ambrose from a couple other shows. So, well, there you go. Constantine is back. Hopefully,
At least for one
time.
episode.
Yes.
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
El Hombre de Tio.
And Fantastic Four made only $8 million in its second week and fell 69%
69.
from its already disastrous opening weekend. Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance and Green Lantern didn't even fall that much, and those are pieces of shit. Oh, wait, that's not in the story. The film has only made a total of $102 million combined between domestic and worldwide and has already fallen sharply overseas. I think I heard that they have officially said no to the sequel.
Yes, they finally stopped it after they greenlit it.
Yeah, they
a week
greenlit it.
ago.
Yeah, and then after, no, wait a minute, we were premature with that.
$8 million. That's embarrassing.
In week 2 of a superhero movie.
That is embarrassing.
My question is this: it's been in 4,004 theaters this week.
Okay.
How many is it in this coming weekend?
5. I mean,
they'll lose at least half, I would guess. I would probably say about 1,500.
I think so. Okay.
Okay.
That's just a guess. I'll have
Yeah.
to check, but. And also, as we mentioned earlier, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. bombed, but we discussed that earlier. So if you want to hear about it again, rewind. The top 5 of this past week.
I get the dates right this week.
Oh, that's on the previous page. I gotta go back. August 14th through the 16th. Finishing number 1 in its opening week, Straight Outta Compton, $56 million.
They said possibly bumped up to 62.
Could even be bigger. Ooh.
Yes.
On a $28 million budget. You know, was it you mentioned that last week, or where did I hear that? Who wants to really?
Your
with all
brother.
my brother. With all these theater shootings going on, is that really the time you want to go to see the movie?
Well, the funny thing is CNN wrote that on one of their things that, what was it? Straight Outta Compton, number 1 with 60 million or whatever. No theater shootings. And that was the headline, and they're like, that's probably not really nice to say.
Somebody tweeted
but
though.
true.
No, they said these aren't the guys shooting up the theater though.
That is true. It's a psycho, though.
But they are the
It's
type
the
of
white guys.
Psychotic white guys.
So, yeah. So, I thought that was funny with CNN, and they got railed for it because, well, it's CNN.
Number 2, Mission: Impossible - Rogue Nation made another $17 million for a total of $138 million on a $150 million budget. One more week and it'll get its money, I think. One more week.
Yay.
One more week, then they can pay Tom Cruise.
Yay! But then it's making a bunch overseas, I think.
Yeah.
Man from U.N.C.L.E., $13.5 million on an $84 million budget. I don't think we'll see the Man from Aunt.
It only made $12 million overseas.
Ooh, that's even worse.
Yeah.
Again, Fantastic Four, another $8 million on a $120 million budget. You're in trouble. And The Gift made $6.5 million. So in its second week, it alone got its budget back in its second week. Total of $23.5 million on a $5 million budget. So go The Gift.
Yes. Let's go Gift.
Upcoming August 21st, we got American Ultra, which sounds like a light beer to me.
That's the one Doug was talking about a couple weeks ago.
No, I wasn't.
Hitman: Agent 47, because
Really
the
excited.
first Hitman movie was so good.
So excited
One
about
of
this
Brigger's
film.
favorite movies of all
No,
time.
it's not. Please stop saying that.
And Sinester 2.
That would be Sinister.
Oh!
Yeah?
I never wanted to see Sinister 1.
Okay. It was a slow week. Buy and sell. Arnie Hammer.
That'd be Army Hammer.
Whatever. I thought I misspelled. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was Arlie Emery.
It was Remy LeBeau.
You. Now we got a new Remy.
Anyone buying
Who's
Arnie
Arnie
Hammer?
Hammer?
Lone Ranger was one of the stars of Man from U.N.C.L.E. I would say just sell.
And he was in The Social Network.
Yeah, he was
Wasn't
he played the
Winklevoss
twins. Yeah.
I would have been selling him a while ago, and I'm going to continue to sell him.
Let's see. The fact that I didn't know who he was.
I
Sell.
think
Sell.
he made a little bit of noise, after the social network, and everybody thought, oh, he's going to be the next. So he's the big up and comer who they're trying to make big, who is not going to work.
So is Scott Speedman.
Oh God!
And Taylor Lautner.
He's the next Scott Speedman. Oh, I feel sorry for Army.
Title this episode "The Next Scott Speedman."
We could.
Or wait, we got Jack and the
Not if you
Beanstalk.
don't want listeners.
That's true.
Did you see Hammer was supposed to be Batman in the
Justice League, the George Miller.
Yeah.
They said that budget was $300 million if they made it.
Really?
Yes. And Christopher Nolan said, "I'll come back for a third Batman, but you have to stop that film because it was
really?
that bad." Yeah. So they did.
And they ruined Army's career.
Aww. Anybody got hidden gems?
I have one.
Oh.
Graphic Novice has a special 69.1 episode. Fantastic. It's
Very
all about love and relationships and stuff like that.
And the Fantastic Four.
Yes, it's very, very good. I believe it'll win a floppy this year for best podcast episode.
Oh.
We're going to lose out on our own contest.
We're going to lose on our own episode, yeah, our own contest.
I think so. Yeah, it's wonderful. VF gets bleeped on it. So he relieves.
That's because it's a classy podcast and they don't curse on it.
That's true. That is true.
I thought I heard cursing. The bleep.
Or talk about women's sports because obviously. Moving on, top 5, anyone?
Let's do it.
Do it.
All right, the long-awaited top 5 favorite animal sidekicks.
From Winston on Twitter.
Thank you, Winston. WWE Winston?
Yes. So, top 5 animal sidekicks. We got rid of a lot of Star Wars because they're an alien race, not really animal sidekicks.
Yeah, we couldn't really call the sidekicks in there animals because they're aliens. So,
Doug, you're the guest. You go first. What's your number 5?
Unless you got that little guy that went.
Salacious Crumb.
Is that
Jeff
what he
just
is?
talked about that
That's
on
what
air.
I'm
I
talking
don't know
about
his
on
name.
there. It's Salacious Crumb.
I think
that what
he's
he's called?
Salacious Crumb.
We'll get to it if he does.
Okay,
say
moving
Salacious
on. Number 5. Nick.
Okay.
I went local.
Local Cincinnati animal sidekicks.
Yes.
Okay.
A no greater sidekick. Shotzi, the St. Bernard.
Oh, Marge Schatz.
Marge Schatz, pet St. Bernard. She would take to the games.
Wait. Is this Shotzi or Shotzi 2?
Shotzi 1.
Okay.
The original's always better.
Okay. But wasn't it Shotzi 2 is the one that like shit all over the field?
I think they all did.
They're a dog.
Which one's hair did she rub on Lou Piniella?
Oh, I think that was one because it was after the dog died. I think.
Yeah.
The Cleveland Browns shit on the field every week. Nobody says anything.
Ooh.
How's your season coming along? Johnny Manziel ran for a touchdown.
We're undefeated.
Yes.
He's got a point.
Johnny Manziel ran for a touchdown.
We're tied
He's
for
back.
first.
Yeah, that's right. I'm excited. It's gonna be
We
a good
haven't
year.
lost a game yet.
That's right. So you got Shotzi. Blake, what's your number 5?
Preseason doesn't count.
Number 5?
My number 5, a couple years ago, probably wouldn't have fallen off the list, but coming back to prominence with the re-emergence of Boone County, I got a tie between Bill the Cat and Opus.
Okay. Anyone?
I'm just trying to think. I don't think Opus would be considered a sidekick. Bill's the sidekick to Opus.
No.
I'm just thinking. Opus had
Leave
his own
the man.
cartoon.
See, there was a lot where it's like, okay,
No.
are they really sidekick? Are they not?
I mean, the one comic was called Opus. I mean, you really.
I'm just
can't
happy
be
he only had
sidekick.
one for number 5.
We're talking,
Well,
we're talking about Bloom County here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, leave the man alone.
Yeah.
I mean, well, hell, in that case, I would have put in Hodgepodge and Portnoy over those.
But you didn't.
But you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't.
So what's your number 5, Jeff?
Oh,
you
on
know
to me
what?
now?
I
Yeah.
haven't seen them come back yet
I have not either.
since he rebooted the comics on
Right.
on Facebook.
I have not seen Hodgepodge or Portnoy in the new ones yet.
Yeah.
We
Interesting.
better start a campaign.
Yep. I'm sure they're coming.
That's what she said. Go ahead.
Number 5, I have Buzzsaw, Laserbeak, and Ravage.
From?
The Transformers.
Oh, okay.
They were the...
You know, those sounded like intelligent nicknames, so I knew they weren't from He-Man.
Fisto!
They were the cassettes to Soundwave. And the first,
Were they animals?
Yes, 2 of them were birds and one was a panther.
Okay. Robotic, but okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying.
I thought we discussed last week that Dynamite counts.
My number 5, I picked him because I like a cartoon, but he's kind of annoying because he's scared all the time. He really doesn't help out. I'm picking Scooby-Doo, number 5.
Again, the show is named Scooby-Doo. I think
Shaggy's.
I think the rest of them are Scooby-Doo sidekicks.
Okay, fine, I'll change it. I'll pick Brian Griffin from Family Guy.
Okay.
There you go.
There you
Happy?
go.
Happy?
He's the sidekick of both.
I'll tie that with Snoopy. Anyways.
He's not a sidekick either.
Okay, fine. I'm going Brian
Woodstock
Griffin.
is his sidekick.
Exactly.
Well, then that gets rid of my number 3 because that was Scooby-Doo.
My number 4? I don't know what I did. My number 4 is my favorite character from the movie The Lion King, Rafiki. He's a
Asante
sidekick.
Sana, Squash Banana. He's
Yes.
not even the best sidekick from that movie.
Yes, he is.
No, I think Ed is.
So I'm going Rafiki, my favorite Disney cartoon, and one of my favorite characters of that show.
All right.
What's your number 4?
Let's see. My number 4 is Mr. Bigglesworth
Ah, okay.
from Austin Powers, the cat that had no hair.
Okay. That was great. Blake, number 4?
But what did it do?
It sat there and got stroked.
Stop. Stop it. Stop.
And in the second movie, I think Mini-Me tried to eat it.
Oh,
Brad Mini-Me.
somebody put a bell on that thing. Number 4, what's yours?
Have we done yours yet? Number 5?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
started. He picked Shotzi.
All right, number 5. That's right. That's right. Shotzi. We talked.
Your number 4.
That's right. My number 4. I went with Hobbs. Calvin and Hobbes.
You motherfucker, that's my number 1.
That's a good one. I didn't even think of Hobbs.
You really took him as
Because that's the best. Even though it was a stuffed animal,
It's still an animal.
Imagine to be
especially
real.
in his.
It was
you
like,
know, it's probably
what? I thought nobody's going
that's
to
your
have
best
that.
buddy.
I had
That's
it
your
on,
best.
I cut it off.
Your bestest friend ever.
Well, you deserve it.
Oh, shut up, Sean
right.
Bean.
You motherfucking Sean Bean stealer, you.
There you go.
Doug was number 4?
I have
Hey,
a tie at
what's your number
4.
5?
Number 5 was
Shotzi.
Shotzi.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. All right, so let's start with your number 5.
Number 4.
Shotzi number 2.
No. I have a tie.
Of course you do.
Eric the Red.
But they're both from the same movie. It's Pascal and Maximus from Tangled.
Ah.
Because I've seen that like 6,000 times because that's all my daughter watched when she was much younger.
The lizard. Little lizard.
Chameleon and the horse. Yes.
Oh, Chameleon.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm about to say I didn't even know who they were.
That was actually not a bad movie.
Never saw Tangled.
I like
It
Tangled.
wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah.
It was
I
something
don't
you
have
could
a
watch.
5-year-old daughter, so I haven't seen it.
That you know of.
You could watch over and over, and it's like, okay, it's not terrible. Number 3. This
That's
is
subjective.
this is for the Lone Ranger fans out
You
there.
motherfucker.
That I know I have photographic proof.
Silver?
Jason was a Lone Ranger fan.
I still am.
Silver.
So
How can you say you're a Lone Ranger fan and you haven't even seen the new movie?
Because it's not on Netflix yet.
And you didn't even know who
I
Armie
bought
Hammer was.
it.
Man.
That was my number 2.
You bring back old
Wow.
Silver. It makes me think of Rin Tin Tin.
Was he on your list?
No.
Oh.
Honorable.
Silver. So my number 1 and 2 are out.
Number 1 and 2 are already gone.
And you're not going to get 3.
Your number 3 was Scooby-Doo. Did you want to change that?
Number 3. No.
Okay.
Sticking with it.
My
Okay.
number 3?
So I'm before you.
Yes, you are.
I'm not going to steal yours, but no. My number 3 is Iago.
From
Aladdin.
Yep.
Gilbert Gottfried has the great voice for that. Funny. Loved
Can you
it.
do a Gilbert Godfrey impersonation?
Can I do one?
Yeah.
A bad one.
Oh, okay. Have you seen our show?
Did you want me to do
Yeah,
one?
try
yet?
it.
Oh, let me think.
Do you
One
know
of
the
my favorite
standards
Gilbert
on our show? I mean, come on.
Oh God! Now I'm put on the spot.
Yeah,
I'm not
uh-huh.
used to this.
Come on.
3,
let's
2, 1, go.
300 years ago, Nostradamus predicted that Henry Winkler would be famous, and everyone back there is like, Winkler? I don't think so. Chachi, sure, Chachi, but Winkler, not so much.
It's actually not horrible.
All right.
I would have tried something, but my throat this week. My number 3 is I've been liking these shows a lot more. From How to Train Your Dragon, Toothless.
I take it he's the dragon.
He's the black dragon that is Justin Long's not Justin Long, who's Jay Baruchel, his sidekick. So really like the dragon movies and he's pretty kick ass. So I'm going number 3. My number 2 was Silver from the Lone Ranger because I used to love the Lone Ranger. Blake, what's your number 2?
Wow, you're going so out of order.
Who's next?
Me?
Oh, what's your number 2,
I
Jeff?
don't know. Hey, hold on a second. Have we heard Doug's number 5 yet?
My number 2, I'm still sticking with Disney. I'm going with Flotsam and Jetsam.
Who?
Ursula's 2 electric eels and henchmen.
I didn't like them too much.
Oh, come on. Evil electric eels? Can't get much better than that. There's actually only one animal sidekick better, and that's on my list.
Okay.
To be coming up.
To be.
Blake, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Mr. Peabody.
Ah, okay.
Would be
Again.
more fun than.
Sherman is the sidekick.
But Sherman's not an animal.
It's Mr. Peabody and his boy Sherman. I don't think Blake understands the definition of sidekick.
I don't think anybody understands the definition of sidekick in this show.
I'm a super intelligent dog with a time travel machine. That's the best sidekick ever.
If he was a sidekick, I would agree.
You have arms going over there,
I
Jeff.
do. Flailing.
It's to say animal sidekicks.
Yeah, you got the animal part right.
Was Shotzi number 2 your number 1?
No, that was Doug's number 5.
Oh, okay. Doug, what's your number 2?
Shotzi number 1 was
Oh
my
my
number
gosh.
5. Pinky from Pinky and the Brain.
Okay.
He was on my honorable mentions. I wasn't 100% sure if because his name is first, and that's why I.
You are like the Hitler
I
of...
thought that, but it's like, he's definitely the sidekick.
Narf.
The whole plot of the show was taking over the world,
Yeah.
so he was the sidekick to that. That's what my thing.
I agree.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
What's that?
Yes, brain, but burlap chafes me so.
I like your other impersonation. What's your number 1, Doug?
I'm going old school Muttley.
Oh,
Sidekick to Dick
Muttley.
Dastardly.
yeah.
I like that. Good one.
Muttley was almost my number 2, but then I found
I
other
thought
ones I
Muttley
liked
was
better.
the star and
found
Dastardly.
Dynamite.
No.
What's your number 1, Blake?
It is not Gadzuki.
Which Godzuki?
Godzilla's sidekick.
Oh, God.
And it's not Scrappy.
Okay.
It is,
Great Kazoo?
nope. Probably one of the best lines ever in cinema. Right turn, Clyde.
Clyde! I posted
I'll give
this
you
today.
Clyde.
Thank you. Clyde, the orangutan from Every Which Way
I
But Loose and
posted
Every
it.
Which Way You Can. Clint Eastwood's animal sidekick. What better than a beer swilling, punching chimpanzee, orangutan can you have more fun with?
I posted that on our Twitter page.
What?
you?
Yeah.
What?
About Clyde and Clint Eastwood, I said, Who's your favorite? We're doing top 5 favorite animal sidekicks. Who's yours? And I posted a picture of Clint Eastwood with Clyde.
Oh, I saw your picture of
shit.
Jake the Snake with Damien.
Did.
Yeah.
He was my number 1. That would be Hobbs.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, my number 1 was pretty much ruined off air before we ever started. My number 1 is Gleek.
Yeah.
He's such a great side. He does everything you need a sidekick to do.
No.
Gleek. It's Gleek. Gleek from the Wonder Twins sidekick.
Power?
Yeah.
No.
Although we did have a discussion at work.
Well, you know what?
Could Jaina be considered an animal sidekick?
No, it's because she's human turns into an animal.
And she turns into an animal, exactly.
I think they're equals.
I thought she turned into
she's
like...
a sidekick to the Super Friends.
I always
She's
thought
a junior Super Friend.
Well, who would turn into water and who turned into a bucket? And Gleek would run around with that, right?
Yeah.
No, Gleek carried the bucket.
Yeah.
No one turned into a bucket.
Jaina turned into the bucket,
That's
right?
just crazy. He turned
The
into
dude turned into water?
Dude turned into water. She turned into animals. No one turned into a bucket.
Oh, no, she
Gleek
turned
kept
into
the-
like an eagle and flew around, but
Yes.
Gleek actually carried the bucket.
Gleek, see, that's what a sidekick does. He was there with the bucket when they needed him.
Okay.
There was one time when I remember they were like couldn't reach to use their Wonder Twin powers, so
Gleek
Gleek
used
put
his
his
tail?
nose in the
Or
middle
nose?
so they could reach, and it was effective. He is an excellent sidekick.
My number 1 was Hobbs.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions?
Let's see. Honorable mentions. I had Lockheed the Dragon in X-Men, Muttley, Boo Boo Bear, Salem the Cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Cringer / Battle Cat, Junkyard and Freedom from G.I. Joe.
What about Ookla?
No.
No.
Yeah, I had Brain from
Pinky and
Pinky in the Brain?
No, from the dog from Inspector Gadget. Thank you. Pinky, Frankie, and Damien from the WWE or WWF, and Ted.
Oh.
Those were my honorable mentions. I had a lot.
Paul and Michael Leal both had on social social media today, Cringer / Battle Cat. Paul also had Hooch from Turner and Hooch. Amy, a.k.a. Babs, had Scooby-Doo, which we talked about before.
Yes.
Brian H. at Brian_Hackney had Mr. Bigglesworth, Brian Griffin, Cuff and Link, and Butt Kiss from Rocky. Hooch, and lastly, Cuckoo Beware's parrot, Frankie.
I have to agree. Brian had a good list.
Graphic Novice had Dino, not Dino, from the Flintstones. Ghost, which
Jason has no clue what Ghost is.
What the hell is Ghost?
Ghost.
Ghost.
What is it?
Game of Thrones.
Oh.
Yes. 4-legged animal.
3, Scooby-Doo. 2, The Littlest Hobo. From
Must
the
be a Canadian
Littlest
thing?
Hobo.
I
It's a
don't know
great
the
theme
Littlest
song.
Hobo.
I don't know.
We'll have to look up the Littlest Hobo.
And number 1 was Snoopy. So, which we talked about earlier. So
Or Snoopy, a main character.
Snoopy's a Woodstock's the sidekick.
Woodstock.
I don't know.
Woodstock is the sidekick. There's Snoopy and Woodstock.
But Snoopy's Charlie Brown's sidekick.
Not really. They're hardly ever together.
Well, that's
Snoopy's his own dog.
Oh, okay. Well, Doug, thanks for coming in again.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank
Now
you, Doug.
that the Pez is all gone, you're going to take off
Oh, there's
and
a
leave
Littlest
us.
Hobo. He's a wolf. Oh, okay.
Hobo, wouldn't that be Lobo?
Littlest Hobie.
Littlest Hobo
Littlest
Lobo.
Hobie.
Littlest Hobo.
And bad idea this week? None. Just give a moment of silence for Batman, a.k.a. Lenny Robinson. We're being nice. And Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history of not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. The history of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are now leading the world of Musings of a Geek podcast network. Stay geeky, my friends.